Shalom everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is David Hyman, your tour guide in Israel. Today's tour is to the beautiful city of Zichron Yaakov. This is one of the early pioneer towns. It was founded in 1882. The whole main street that we're in now has been restored, so we're going to walk around and visit Zichron Yaakov. So stay with me. So it's about half an hour from Haifa. But if you're driving from south, so from Tel Aviv, it would be about maybe 45 minutes. So this town, Zichron Yaakov, is one of the towns that were founded in 1882 by zionists who came from Europe. We call them the first wave of immigration, Aliyah Rishona. They purchased land, but unfortunately they struggled with the conditions of this land, lack of water, lack of security, and lack of funds. And after a few years of struggle, Baron Rothschild reached out and said, I'll help you establish your community. His condition was that they changed the name of the town that was originally called Zamarin to Zichron Yaakov. It means in memory of Yaakov. Yaakov was Baron Rothschild's late father. Okay, the synagogue. The synagogue is named after the Baron de Rothschild's father, Yaakov, as it is the settlement itself. Therefore, special efforts were made to embellish it, and indeed the largest and most beautiful of all synagogues in the Baron's settlements. Black and white pictures of how it started. There's the synagogue. And here it says Zichron Yaakov, 1882. And here the farmers. Here's the Baron Rothschild in his visit with a white hat. So this is the water tower that was built by the Rothschild. Here it says here, the Benjamin Pool was built in 1891 as part of the waterworks that channeled the spring water to the top of the mountain. It was named after Baron Edmond De Rothchild, whose Hebrew name was Binyamin. And here it is. You can see the sign on the top. And it says Brechat Binyamin, Benjamin's Pool. The museum contains the story of the first Jewish underground called Nili, Aaronshon House. So the Aaronshons were a family that came here with that first wave of immigrants. Aharon Aaronshon was the elder brother. He was a famous agronomist. He managed to discover and cultivate wheat, wild wheat. So the Aaronshons were involved with an espionage team for the British Army. All the members of the family were part of this underground team, but the most famous one was the young girl, Aaron's younger sister, and her name was Sarah Aaronshon. And Sarah was collecting information and passing it to the British authorities to help them prepare the war against the Ottoman Empire. And then Sarah was captured, unfortunately, by the Turks, and on their way to the prison, she asked to be taken home to this home here in Zichron Yaakov so she can freshen up and take some clothes. And then when she went into her house, there was a hidden pistol in one of the small cupboards, and she grabbed it and she shot herself. She preferred to die in her own hands than be taken to the Turkish prison and be tortured and tried and executed. So the pedestrian street of Zichron Yaakov, it's a wonderful place for you to stroll and explore all the wonderful shops. Many of them are owned by the local people of Zichron Yaakov. You can find arts and crafts. You can find local artists who create ceramics, painters. There's a person who manufactures paper from mulberry trees. There's a person who makes his own camping gear. And there's just a great vibe to walk down the street and check out all the small shops. When you're done shopping, you can go and find some street food, falafel and shawarma, wonderful gelato. Yeah, so Mr. Rothchild, he had a few more conditions to help out the people of Zichron Yaakov, and one of them was that he wanted them to grow what he says they'll grow, and he advised them to grow grapes for wine, and he built the first winery, which we will visit, the winery of Zichron Yaakov, Carmel Winery. So this is the winery that was built by the engineers of the Baron Rothschild. You can see the date, since 1882. The name of the winery is Carmel Winery. The logo is the two spies that were sent by Moses to explore the land of Israel, and they came back with a big bunch of grapes and reported to Moses that it's the land of milk and honey. The wine's good, excellent. You're going to buy a lot of wine? No?
I will.
You will? Okay, perfect. So this is Baron Rothschild. If you make it to Zichron Yaakov and you have an extra half an hour, this would be a wonderful place for you to visit, to the Beth Industries. I'm not sure if there's a tour of the industrial area. I know that they manufacture high-tech industrial products, but the small shop is wonderful with all the bread, jams, cookies, cakes, and the sheets and quilts. So we're in the shop that is owned and maintained by the Beth community of Zichron Yaakov, and this is a community of Zionist Christians that came to Israel in 1963, founded a community here in Zichron. They purchased some land and they built their homes, but they also built a big industrial zone. It started small. Today they're the second largest employer of the town of Zichron after the municipality. Let me show you what they have in their shop. These were the breads, all their wonderful cakes. And here are their biscuits. This says no sugar. Yeah, that's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed our tour of Zichron Yaakov. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And see you again on our next tour of wonderful Israel. So until then, bye-bye, shalom, shalom, take care.